all in white, and Ipswich will be in blue, white, blue. I'm a little surprised that there hasn't been a change of shorts for Leeds, but traditional colours for the two teams here. And there's a big noise around the stadium, no wonder, because their stats are pretty amazing through the course of last season, when they only lost 4 games, albeit at League One level, and they've only lost 1 game in 2023. And Leeds, in contrast, albeit again at a different level, have only claimed 3 victories in 2023. So today's the day to add to that number. Two teams line up in front of us here. We're almost ready for kick-off. Leeds United's starting 11 shows changes, and the big news is that Joel Piroe, who joined the club this week, is straight into the starting 11 for his first start. The former Swansea City striker has the chance to immediately show the Leeds fans what Leeds have invested in here. So excitement around his first appearance. Also the good news surrounds Sinisterra and Gnonto's return to the first team as well. 2 players who will be more keen than many, I'm sure, to impress the travelling Leeds hordes who sit on the far side of the stadium from where we are this afternoon. Ipswich, well, they've made a couple of changes despite that excellent start they've had to the season. Won their last game away at QPR. And they do have a new signing themselves, but Brandon Williams, who's coming from Manchester United, is only on the bench. Leif Davis, who's on the front cover of the match programme, is also in the starting 11. This has been a good move for him. So we're almost ready. Leeds United, it looks like we'll be kicking from right to left. And the sun is shining, and we're hoping today's the day.
So we do, Bryn. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to everybody tuning in from wherever you are. And you can hear the atmosphere. Top of the table, Ipswich. You mentioned, Bryn, how well they've performed, especially in 2023. We know the challenges, but the positive team news, especially the front four, we're unsure where they're going to play in certain positions. We know the main striker, Piroe, a lot of excitement about him is at the Bryn, so he's going to lead the line. The players in behind him, they can rotate, be flexible, show the creativity, and that's what we want. It's about us today, dealing with not the pressure of what Ipswich is going to bring, almost the tempo, matching off the ball work rate. We've got to be able to do that, but then go express yourselves. Be expressive in the final third. And speaking to Pascal Struijk in the week, yeah, it's great creating chances. We want to score plenty of goals. Can we get that first clean sheet of the season as well? Yeah, that's been a big issue, hasn't it? And the other issue has been falling behind in every game so far this season. So if Leeds can avoid either or both of those things, then we're already in for a better afternoon. Yeah, it helps not conceding and scoring. It's a good combination, isn't it? It's a winning combination. It's a winning combination. That's one that Leeds have been battling against thus far. But they've shown good signs in terms of chance creation. Chance conversion maybe has been a bit more of an issue. But today, with extra firepower in the team, hopefully will be the day where that changes. Dan James out injured today, which obviously offered an opportunity to Daniel Farke to look at Sinisterra and Gnonto in terms of his attacking options. And so Gnonto, at the moment, it appears from the lineup, will be operating on that right side, Sinisterra on that left. Rutter stands over the ball in the centre circle, in the middle. Ipswich go into a huddle. The Beatles blare out over the PA system. And Hey Jude is the backdrop to the opening of this game against Ipswich Town and Leeds United. The stadium, Portman Road, is right on the edge of the town centre, could barely be closer. And a very short walk from the station, although the train down has been a tricky proposition for Leeds fans today due to problems from industrial action. And the game is underway, and Leeds United are kicking from our right to left as we sit high in the top tier of the main stand here. The cobbled stand opposite us is where the Leeds fans are housed for this game. We can kind of see the front row of them, but the lip of the roof of the stand in front of us prevents us seeing the full scene of all the Leeds fans filling that. I think they hit 2,000 allocation here, so plenty of support made the journey. Struijk at the back with the ball to Rodon, and Rodon out wide to Luke Ayling. Luke Ayling will work it forward for Leeds up towards the halfway line. Gnonto picks up and just pokes it back to Rodon, and Rodon back into penalty area to Meslier.
Meslier is in an interesting combination in terms of his kit today. It's kind of a, what's that called? Fuchsia, is that? That bright pink top and purple shorts and socks. It's a bit of a clash.
Interesting though, Bryn, we're just seeing Piroe. He's almost operating the number 10 position. Rutter going a bit shorter for the throw-in now. So you can see throughout the game they might just interchange positions. Seeing Piroe now getting hold of the ball, Rutter trying to run off him. So as long as you have one coming short, one going long, don't both come short, don't do the same movements.
Yeah, Piroe, who's arrived with a great reputation, established primarily with Swansea City, where he scored 46 goals in 91 appearances, and prior to that, played in Holland, started at PSV, had a loan spell at Sparta Rotterdam, and then proved an excellent signing for Swansea. And Leeds have parted with significant cash to get him on board here for this championship campaign as Ipswich attack the penalty area. Good work defensively by Archie Gray, who goes to collect the ball for Leeds on the edge of the area. His pass forward not so successful. Ipswich win the ball back, and then Gray in there again to win the ball back for Leeds in that defensive role. And Ayling on the edge of the penalty area. Piroe wearing the number 7 shirt for Leeds, by the way. Meslier out to Struijk. We expected a high-tempo opening from Ipswich, particularly given their home form. And Leeds are carrying the ball themselves forward here with Ampadu, stretches and plays a good ball to Piroe. And now he carries it himself further forward, tries to slide in Gnonto down to his right, but the pass is intercepted but given away. Sinisterra, the flag is raised for a foul over on Leif Davis on the left side of the penalty area. And Leeds just for a moment thought they were in there, but the ref's assistant brought the play back for an Ipswich free kick.
Yeah, first time in the first 3 minutes, Bryn, where we just managed to get that bit of freedom. Good play on this left-hand side. Ampadu, who's looked a real good signing, hasn't he, so far? Early part of the season. Found the pocket of space. Didn't quite get the end product to the ball out to Willie Gnonto, but that's going to be the pattern of the game in our perspective.
Leeds have kept the ball in play. Ipswich were waiting for a throw-in. Leeds have got opportunities. Gnonto plays the ball wide to Luke Ayling. Luke Ayling, low cross, looking for the run of Rutter in the middle, but it's cleared away before it got to the man wearing the 24 shirt for Leeds. Won back well by Archie Gray. And then Rutter, nice spin, but he loses control and possession to Broadhead, who nutmegs Ayling before Gray gets across him again. Really well there. Archie Gray in the early stages of this game, really busy in that central midfield role alongside Ampadu. Two of them have already, in these opening weeks of the season, established a really good rapport on the pitch. And Archie Gray's name booms out from the travelling supporters. Sinisterra down below us here. We have one great big post that obstructs our line of vision. So if Ben seems a bit nonplussed about some of the events in the penalty area to our right, it's because of that.
Yeah, that's just me in general, Bryn. You know me long enough now.
I'm helping you. Archie Gray in the defensive role on the edge of the area to Pascal Struijk. Struijk disappears behind the post and then re-emerges with the ball forward down this left side for Byram to chase. Byram doesn't quite get to it, but puts pressure on the man in possession. And as a consequence, Leeds United have themselves a throw-in on the near side touchline. Byram pushes it back to Ampadu. To Byram, takes on Burns. Brings the ball onto his right foot. Now links up with Rutter. Byram into the edge of the 6-yard box. Again, cross was not quite what was required from a good position. Struijk defends, but his header drops for Broadhead to attack and plays the ball onto Jackson, and the return ball is misplaced, and Leeds have reason to be grateful for that.
Yeah, did important just as they switched on. Got bodies back in numbers.
Good ball from Piroe, played into Rutter, who's offside, and ultimately the finish was a little awry anyway, so he's probably got reason to be grateful that that flag has gone up from the assistant on the far side.
Yes, an open field to the game. Inside the first 6 minutes, you don't want that kind of basketball feel to a game. You want more control. I know Daniel Farke's always building, working towards that control throughout the game. So it's important defensively, you do stay switched on. You don't allow those runners, allow 3v2s, 3v3s happening.
Daniel Farke, who's obviously a former Norwich manager, which is not going to endear him to the locals here. And he had a good record against Ipswich as well with Norwich. Played for 1-2, drew 2. He'll be hoping to make them even more unhappy today, but Jackson's broken the offside trap. He's into the penalty area, and it's an own goal. Rodon diverts the ball into his own net from inside the 6-yard box. And the Leeds players look across towards the assistant. There's no flag, there's an opening goal, and Ipswich have claimed it.
It was something out of nothing, Bryn. A ball over the top into the channel. The back four are asking the questions over to this linesman on the near side, asking for that offside. It was tight, play continued, and then it's the worst possible thing as a defender, running back towards your goal as the cross is coming in. See what Rodon's trying to do, stop the cross, put it out for a corner kick, gets his bearings all wrong and finds back of the net. Luke Ayling still having a word with the referee about the offside. Got to play to that whistle though, Bryn.
Well, Bobby Madley is the match official. He's a West Yorkshireman. But no favours for Leeds United there in terms of the call. Rodon also continues to make the point. We don't have the benefit of replays here, so we don't have the ability to confirm or deny whether the play was on or off Caden Jackson. What we do know is that Rodon's intervention slammed the ball way beyond the leap of Meslier and into the top corner of the net, and that will only serve to get the home crowd even more animated than they have been in the opening stages of this game already. The team with a 100% record. So Leeds have just got to settle down again, having fallen behind yet again this season, every game. Ayling, far side to Gnonto, robbed. And then the ball is pushed wide for an attack down the left-hand side, and the ball is played into the penalty area and arriving in the box. Well, it's a brilliant challenge from Byram right in the middle of goal there. It was Wes Burns who was ready to shoot on goal and probably score before the intervention of Byram pushed the ball behind for a corner kick.
I was getting deja vu all over again. A ball in behind, a cross, trying to play offside. In the end, as you mentioned, Bryn, just superbly well to put a last-ditch block in. But again, as a defender, don't predict that the linesman's going to put his flag up. Again, play to that whistle.
So Ipswich corner kick. Ball swung in, heads go up. Appeals from the home fans for a penalty, nothing doing. Leeds clear. Gnonto. Closed down emphatically, but criminally as it turned out. Leeds, I think, will have a free kick on the halfway line. Ipswich have a man down in the Leeds penalty area in the aftermath of that corner kick and all that happened in that little spell of play.
Yeah, it's just a time now to take the sting out of the game, because you can hear the atmosphere inside this ground. The fans, the players are used to winning games of football here, and that's difficult as an opposing player coming. But you've got to be able to deal with this, though, Bryn. Leeds United, plenty of characters out there, plenty of players who've cost a lot of money for the club, so you've got to be able to adapt, play our own style. But just defensively, as a unit, as a team, we've got to be able to stop those attacks where it just leads to goals, because teams so easy now have that attack and always find back, or majority of the time find back of the net.
Ipswich lost only one game at home last season, and that was way back in October. So they're used here to seeing the team do well, and it's an expectation presumably around the thing that they're already seeing here as Rutter attacks into the penalty area, finds space, Rutter rolls the ball in for an instant response from Leeds United. Terrific play from Rutter, rolled the challenge and pushed the ball beyond the keeper for Leeds' equalising goal. Ipswich 1, Leeds United 1. Rutter is off the mark.
Jorginho! All about him. All the talk before the game. The new number 7, wasn't it, Bryn? Piroe coming to the club. It's a goal out of nothing. Gets the ball, the body's around him. He's always trying to get onto his stronger left foot. But there's just that little chop inside onto his right. Leaves the defender just in his way. And then has he got the composure? Has he got the quality to find that far corner? You bet he has, with his weaker right foot. What a big goal is for Leeds. Even bigger goal for that man himself, Jorginho Rutter.
Wow, what a start we've had to this game. And you get the sense that there's plenty more where that came from. We're only 11 minutes in, goal either end. Ipswich attacking themselves now. Broadhead, the Welsh international, plenty of them on show again today. As Ipswich have 2 in their starting 11 and 1 on the bench. Leeds missing Dan James, but still got Joe Rodon and Ethan Ampadu out there. Ampadu chasing towards this near side as the cross is attempted by Burns, another Welsh international, but it comes off Ampadu and spins up in the air and goes out of play down below for an Ipswich throw-in, down by the corner flag.
Feeling at home here with all these Welsh players on show, aren't you, Bryn?
Quality.
Did you bring them down in the car?
I could have done, couldn't I? Minibus back home for the boys, the Hogya. Throw-in for Ipswich, long throw, hurled in towards the penalty area. Heads go up and Piroe's back there to clear, and it comes back out for another cross in. This one comes off the back of the head of Sinisterra and goes behind for an Ipswich corner. So Ipswich happy to throw men forward again and go back, take the attack back to Leeds United here. It's some game, this one, in its early stages. Ipswich are in position to play the ball into that Leeds penalty area again with a corner kick from the near side. Swing it in. Meslier punches clear towards the edge of the box. Volleyed back into the middle. And then at the far post, surely, man offside. The line of vision from where we're sitting at the back of the stand is difficult down towards the corner flag to our right. So assistance flags are hard to spot. But I'll tell you something, there wasn't one there. So the misplaced shot would have been a goal.
Looked all the world to be offside though, Bryn, didn't he? Looked a good 4 or 5 yards beyond our last defender.
Leeds with Rutter battling and chasing and still chasing, and the keeper's got a job to do here. Didn't like that, did he? It's only come as far as Gnonto in the penalty area. Takes the ball out wide to the right side where Ayling waits to help out. Ayling back into Archie Gray. And now for Piroe. Closed down quickly. Knocks it to Sinisterra and wide to Byram. Byram swings a good ball into the middle. Great ball into the middle! Gnonto is there for Leeds to stab the ball in from close range. What a cross that was! And Gnonto back in the team, back amongst the goals, and Leeds United are in front. Ipswich 1, Leeds 2.
Oh, the squib was written, wasn't it, Bryn, for Gnonto? We all know the situation with him. He's back into the team. He's got that second chance, as the manager's mentioned. And he's put us ahead. What a cross, though, Sam Byram. But that's the quality, right place, right time. All good wingers coming in at the far post. He's anticipating just a half a chance. He's not giving it up. Just gets a foot on it, squeezes the ball home. What a response from conceding that own goal.
Oh, wow. Can we go home now?
Start the car, Bryn.
I'll take it. All right, so we're into the 15th minute. We've had 3 goals already, and Leeds have scored 2 of them. And this has all the makings of one of their mad ones. I saw a 5-5 draw last Saturday.
No,
7
Bryn.
days down the line. No, you're right. Way too early for that sort of crazy talk. Rutter, halfway line. Piroe will chase, but he won't get to it. We'll go back to the keeper, Hladky. Hladky, who's in place of the regular keeper, the man who played the games last season. He's out injured. And it's been a busy opening for the Ipswich keeper.
Yeah, he has. You have to go back to the cross. Sam Byram, I think, has been excellent coming into the team, getting offered that contract, did very well in pre-season. He's a great lad, is Sam. He knows the club inside out. You know what you're going to get from him. Just cutting back onto a stronger right foot. And it's a cross as a striker, as a forward player. You just love, don't you, in that dangerous area. But fair play to Gnonto. He's not watching it from afar. As I mentioned, he's getting in at that far post.
Yeah, great anticipation shown. And yeah, the cross caused absolute confusion at the back for Ipswich. And Gnonto capitalised 2-1. Ipswich with the ball swung to the left side of the Leeds penalty area. Rodon with a no-nonsense clearance up towards the halfway line. And Rutter just forces the error.
Yep.
Looks like he's enjoying himself out there.
So many people I've spoken to, Bryn, a lot of the fans, just been hoping, wishing it gets that first goal, gets off the mark. All strikers need that, of course, but all the adversity last season, what he's had to go through, all the different managers, different styles he's had to adapt to, that goal will be so huge for him going forward. Just the confidence it will give him.
Just been caught offside there, so Ipswich have a free kick. They take short and play across the back. Home fans find their voices again after being a little stunned by Leeds' response to going behind in this game. And the ball is carried forward by the skipper, Morsy. Seen plenty of him at championship level down the years. A number of players in the Ipswich side you could apply that description to. No standout superstar in this Ipswich team, but they've done brilliantly well under the management of Kieran McKenna. And they have a throw-in, level with the edge of the Leeds penalty area. And Harry Clarke is going to take it for them. Clarke is going to go long again, so Leeds will have to defend the edge of the 6-yard box in the near post area. Meslier marshalling the troops in there. Hurled in, headed away by Rutter back in his own box. So that means there's nobody to pick the ball up further ahead of him. Clarke has it back for Ipswich. Rutter, good defensive work. Stepped in front of the Ipswich man there and has done really well to win the ball, hold the ball, and then keep the ball in Leeds possession with the ball to Byram. Hooked back from the halfway line by Woolfenden, the Ipswich central defender. And then Morsy delivers over the top. Rodon will let it run because Meslier waits behind and he gathers the ball. And Leeds, I think, are anxious here, maybe just to calm things down a little bit for 5-10 minutes now.
Yeah, you just want to take the sting out of the game again. You earn the right to do that now. Just interesting with Broadhead's position. He's playing really narrow, so does Luke Ayling go in with him? Just trying to buy the Ayling flop. The referee didn't buy it.
Well, luckily, Luke Ayling carried on, and that's a brilliant crossfield ball that picks out Sinisterra. Sinisterra's into the penalty area onto his right foot. Curls a shot! Keeper steals it! And it's stabbed home, and Piroe has his first goal! The new man has got a goal on his debut for Leeds United. It was a gift, and he accepted it, and Leeds are further in front. Piroe's got it. It's Ipswich 1, Leeds 3.
Debut, goal. Everything's going right, Bryn. Easy as this game. We didn't get an Ayling flop. Who needs an Ayling flop? What a pass, diagonal pass straight out to Sinisterra. 1v1, and that's where you need him, don't you? Defender's nightmare, backs him into the box, cuts onto his right. The keeper parries. That's where you're number 9. This is why you pay the big money for big strikers. Right place, right time. Striker's instinct, taps in. What a debut.
Well, it's a good start anyway. Piroe could not be happier, I'm sure, with the way that the first 20 minutes of his career in a Leeds United shirt has gone. Hladky, the goalkeeper, spilt the shot and he was in the perfect position. Leeds have to defend here, and Meslier has done that successfully by coming towards the edge of the penalty area, and he's gathered the ball. And definitely now we could go home. Could just go home. 20 minutes in. I've seen more than enough. There's been more than enough entertainment already.
You said you've seen a 5-5. Well, every 5 minutes we're averaging a goal.
Yeah. Maybe we need the average more in Leeds' favour in this one, though. Leeds come again. Rutter tackled in the middle of the Ipswich half. It goes back to the keeper. I don't think he'll be particularly happy, the keeper, with his contribution to that goal there, because he put it right in the path of the Leeds man from the attempted save he made. He has the ball on the edge of the D now. So a situation that Ipswich certainly aren't used to.
Well done.
There's a little interception from Sinisterra. Just takes the ball out of play, right in front of Daniel Farke, who, as is usual, is attired in his black anorak. Black jeans, black trainers. Morsy in midfield for Ipswich, looking for an option. Gives it to Burgess, who comes back infield to Woolfenden. And then Clarke on this right side on the halfway line for the home team. Curls the ball over the top for Burns to chase. And Burns gets there and he cuts the ball back into the middle. It's flicked across the face of goal. Broadhead picks it up and delivers back to the spot. Oh, it's a great save from Meslier. Well, that was going into the back of the net before Meslier got in the way and just diverted Luongo's shot away from goal. And Ipswich end up with only a corner.
It's the third time in the game where, again, a long ball over the channel, this time on the Ipswich right-hand side, and it's Wes Burns getting in behind. You think the danger's gone, but they recycle the ball. It's a big, strong leg. I think it's his right leg. Elan Meslier keeps the ball out. We've got an injury inside the 6-yard box.
Yeah, Byram is down, and the referee has called the medical staff on. The last thing Leeds need at this stage is to have changes forced upon them, but I think that's going to be the case because Cody Drameh has been called back. Well, he's come back for a bib because he's, I guess, a potential replacement in there, isn't he? But that would necessitate perhaps Leeds changing things around as Byram lies stretched out on the turf. When play resumes, it will be with another Ipswich Town corner. I mean, it's such an open game, this one, isn't it? It's crazy.
It's honestly so open. You have to give credit to both teams trying to play football the right way. Just from a Leeds perspective, just want to be more solid defensively, and that's whether you're getting your shape right, anticipating the ball to go over the top, communication, passing runners on. We're just trying to see if there is a substitute.
Yeah, there is.
It looks like
Drameh's going to come on for Leeds.
You called it, Brent.
Stretched and is now getting a shirt on, so Leeds are being made to make a change here. Remember, there's a game to come in midweek in the Carabao Cup away at Salford. We'll be there for that. Well, I will. I'm not sure about Ben. Maybe Tony will make that one.
I might need to lay down after this, Bryn.
Well, yeah, at the moment it's been crazy stuff. We're 22.5 minutes in. Leeds have scored 3 times, having gone behind, and now Leeds are going to have to make a change as Byram is not going to be able to carry on for Leeds United. I think I hear the name Jorginho coming across the air from the far side of the stadium and the Leeds travelling support. And Byram looks unhappy as he walks towards the near side touchline. A man who played such an important part in that second goal for Leeds. Lovely cross into the penalty area. And his afternoon is over prematurely. Drameh gets his chance to come on and show what he can do, having had such a good season at championship level last time around with Luton and before that with Cardiff, both on loan. What you would say about Byram is he's walked towards the near side touchline.
Yeah, it's a good sign. Hopefully it's more precaution than anything. The physio, Henry McStay, well, he was trying to test out anything wrong with any knee ligaments. So you can't take any chance, of course, like that. But Cody Drameh, as you mentioned, Bryn, very successful last season. Needs to be straight into the thick of the action now.
Well, I don't think he's going to have a choice, is he, the way this game's gone so far, as the corner kicker comes into the penalty area now, and it's flicked across the area, and Luke Ayling in space can pick it up over on the right side. And he delivers a long ball forward, and it goes out over the far side touchline. Now that will be an Ipswich throw in their own half. Jogging across to take it is Leif Davis, well known to the Leeds United supporters and many of the travelling Leeds United party as well. There were lots of hugs and handshakes before the game. We had a nice chat with Ben, enjoying his time here. Very successful spell he's had at Ipswich as well. And he picks up the ball on that far side, pushes it back in to the path of Luongo, won back by Leeds, but only temporarily. And now Hladky, the goalkeeper for Ipswich, to the right to Woolfenden. And he goes long, diagonal. Caden Jackson with a looping header. Rodon does well to cut it out, graze underneath it. But then the ball is run on the edge of the area, and then Ayling goes down, and Luke Ayling, this time he's won it, this time he's done it.
Yeah, the first time he didn't get his Ayling flop.
But set up a goal anyway, or helped set up a goal.
He knew what he was doing. It's all part of the team plan. But you just look at the front four we've got out today. There's no surprise we've got 3 goals. Probably didn't expect the 3 goals to come so soon in the match, but there's firepower out there, and that puts fear into the defenders.
And Clarke there just sent a looping header back towards his own goalkeeper, which momentarily looked like it might be carrying a little far, but keeper was in the right spot to catch that one comfortably. And this time he has the ball at his feet. And he plays it out to the left side of the penalty area. And the ball is played over the top. Meslier's going to come and gather. Meslier will roll it out to Pascal Struijk. Gives it back to Meslier. And he goes long. There's runners. Gnonto's one of them. Well controlled. Runs back towards the halfway line where Ayling awaits. Meslier out towards the near side. Drameh gets his first significant touch. And he loses it. And suddenly Jackson's got a run on the penalty area. Drives his shot in. Meslier at full stretch with a good save. Still alive though for Ipswich. Broadhead has it in the box. Broadhead pushes it back to the edge of the penalty area to Morsy. Morsy now turns to make space for himself. Leeds have got bodies back. Misplaced ball. Meslier comes out and dives on it and gets to it. And Leeds have possession back again after a worrying moment there.
Yeah, it was. And they're the moments where, mentioned when Drameh came on, you've got to be straight at it. You can't have any lapses of concentration, thinking, look, we're 3-1 up. Yep, should be in control. We are, to a certain extent. Only takes one moment, as you know, Bryn. It can change the game again, so that'll liven him up, that'll waken him up, just sharpen the mind a bit more.
Yeah, rather brushed off the ball there. So next time, a little bit stronger. Leeds have it with Rodon. Laid off nicely by Rutter to Gray. Well, there was a run for Gnonto, and then Gray. He's had better 10-second periods, hasn't he, actually, Gray, in this time he's been in the first team when he's been absolutely outstanding. But first of all, the ball to Gnonto didn't happen, and then the second one went straight into touch. All forgiven for everything else he's done so far. Ball out the back with Burgess under pressure from Rutter again, who's really making a nuisance of himself there to the men in possession. Woolfenden is that man at the moment, gets it out to Clarke. And then a little forward run from Connor Chaplin, leading scorer for Ipswich last season, match winner at QPR last weekend. Good work, Sinisterra from Drameh. Drameh's fouled there. That's much better. Cody Drameh there, on it there, did well to control the ball, flick it over his opponent, and then win a free kick.
Yeah, you're right, he did do well. It's one of those strange positions where he is an out-and-out right-back, coming over to this left-hand side. It's just your positional sense, which shoulder to check, and it sounds so basic, and you're thinking, well, a professional football should be able to do that, but it's so different.
Oh, it is. I've done it.
I haven't.
Not the professional bit, obviously. Ampadu out to Sinisterra. Opportunities perhaps for Leeds again here. Sinisterra closed down, so goes back to Ampadu in the sunshine. Ampadu spots the wide ball that's on from Luke Ayling. He's got a lot of time out there. Leeds keep possession with Rodon. Now Struijk. Pascal Struijk finds Sinisterra. Good possession play from Leeds. Drameh into the middle. Rodon reads it, carries it, and gives it to Piroe. And now Sinisterra to attack the box for Leeds. Works the ball outside of one defender. Is there space for a shot? No, he tees it up for Gnonto. Gnonto tries to flick it wide. He knew Ayling was on the run, just couldn't work it to him there. And Ipswich regain possession when they're under pressure. Rutter may have lost you temporarily there. If we did, apologies, but you haven't missed anything.
There's been no more goals.
There's been no more goals in the last 30 seconds. And so Leeds United are still 3-1 to the good here. But they've just given a poor ball away. Rodon needed Ampadu's assistance there. I think Ampadu's assistance has come at a price. Well, is there a free kick going to be awarded here by Bobby Madley? Ampadu stayed down for sure. Had to go in and try and win the ball back for Leeds United there because Rodon's straight ball had cause potential problems.
Yeah, it looked like the follow through as well, which caught Ampadu. Both players limping to the feet. But yeah, don't get complacent. And Rodon's full of experience, isn't he? The amount of games he's played, Premier League, internationally. He'll know, don't be playing those straight passes into midfield. We don't need to. If that pass isn't on, go back, start to the keeper. Rebuild, recycle that possession.
So the game does restart with an Ipswich free kick. Nothing more, no more punishment for Ampadu, who's okay and carries on. Burgess for the home team. And now Clarke. Inviting ball over the top again, and Burns has got in here, in behind, cuts the ball back into the middle, and it needs more great defensive play on that near post to ensure that Ipswich possibly haven't got themselves a goal back.
Yeah, we're just shooting ourselves in the foot, trying to play offside yet again. You think after the first time we've learned his lesson, but we're not. Just don't play for those offsides. Be defensively minded, play to the whistle yet again. Get into a goal side position, don't allow the runners off back of you.
Yeah, Burns is enjoying himself down the Ipswich right as the corner kick comes in now. Meslier gets the fingertips and pushes it sufficiently far away that Morsy's well out the box when he picks it up again for Ipswich Town here. Ball back into the middle, and this time Meslier dived for the cameras, I think, that one. But just to make sure that anybody who was coming in was rather deterred by his presence. The ball sails beyond his dive and out for a goal kick.
They did very well from the initial corner. You can see the Ipswich routine, loads of bodies in around the goalkeeper, inside the 6-yard box, trying to just whip it underneath him. Opts to punch, and it's a good option in the end.
Meslier takes his time, and he's already been warned by the referee to get on with things here. You can hear the home supporters' reaction. You've got to be careful because this is one of the areas that referees are meant to be clamping down on. Nothing given him there, but I think there's an indication from the referee in Meslier's direction that the next one will bring a card. So he'll have to make sure that he's a bit more pacey in terms of his delivery with the next goal kick. Ampadu goes in to try and win it on the halfway line. Morsy beats him to it. Two great competitors up against each other there. Different levels of experience perhaps, but going at it full pelt in the middle, and Ipswich have possession. And Ipswich are far from cowed in this game. They're coming again. Home record suggests they can only play perhaps one way, front foot football. There were 6 draws here last season, just the one defeat. And at the moment, Leeds United still hold a 2-goal advantage, having gone behind. Chaplin, look at the space here for Morsy in the midfield. He's looking to capitalise on that. He's played the ball out to Wes Burns on the right side touchline for Ipswich. He'll try and attack the edge of the Leeds penalty area, taking on Drameh. Holds it up. Drameh gets their foot in, which is important because that gives Sinisterra the opportunity to help out as well. And it comes off Sinisterra and it goes out for an Ipswich throw-in. Down the line. And, Drameh goes in to win it back for Leeds. Piroe with a little chest off to Sinisterra in his own half. Then a long diagonal from Sinisterra out to the far side to Gnonto, who's picked it up and done well there and plays it in field to Ayling, charging forward, edge of the box. Ball into the middle from Ayling. It's going to drop for Piroe on this near side. Piroe keeps the ball in play. Gives it back to Sinisterra. He's on the edge of the penalty area. Sinisterra will attack to the box. In it goes. It's going to drop for Ayling to shoot goalwards. And it's blocked at the far post by Leif Davis. Good half volley from Luke Ayling. Power behind it. And the defender got in his way, perhaps to prevent a goal.
I think it was going to be a certain goal, Bryn. Leif Davis, you're right, gets the block in. Fantastic play again. Cody Drameh wins the ball deep inside the left-back position. Within a blink of the eye, the ball's at the other end, nearly creating and scoring.
Trying again here with Gnonto. Little ball just short of Archie Gray. And then Piroe comes in and wins it back well. Gnonto has it again. He helps it wide to Ayling. Ayling. Gnonto's to his right. Ayling gives it to him now. No, he doesn't actually. He plays it out of touch. It just, I think, caught in two minds there, Luke Ayling. Maybe Gnonto wasn't quite in the position he wanted for the pass, and it went out of play. And Leeds have to win it back, and they do win it back in the Ipswich half with Ampadu. Ampadu into space to Gnonto. Gnonto, short ball back for Ayling. All those white shirts are up in that Ipswich half. Piroe, and he's offside Rutter here. Just got on beyond the last defender. Piroe made the pass anyway, and the flag immediately raised.
Been so impressed with Piroe this first 36 minutes of his Leeds United career, Bryn. So positive in that position, which you need to be. He's receiving the ball on the half turn. His first thought is, can I play Rutter in? If not, can I go wide? So creative.
Good pressure from Ampadu. Well, he's been... it wasn't good pressure, as it turned out. It was illegal pressure, and the referee has penalised him for that challenge. I would have said somewhat unluckily, but I am a little biased. Rolling ball, so Bobby Madley tells Ipswich they've got to start again, which they do, with the ball back to Burgess, and then it's helped wide to the left side to Davis. Well robbed by Gnonto. Davis goes back at him for a nibble and wins the throw-in. Gnonto unhappy with that award as Broadhead picks it up in the Leeds United half, gets the return ball, helps it wide to Davis, into the edge of the penalty area. Jackson's touch is heavy, but it's still picked up by a teammate. Now Morsy in the middle to Clarke. And Burns wide. Burns back in field to Morsy. Spins away from Piroe. And gives it back to Burns. Wes Burns back in field to Morsy again. Ipswich probing. Ball to the edge of the penalty area. Ayling wins the header against Davis. Height difference there. A little height difference, not much in it actually. Rodon. Just attempted clearance, which is won by Ipswich, almost won back by Leeds. And then Ampadu goes down, and Ampadu is fouled. And that's a good free kick for Leeds. Morsy against Ampadu there. I think just, was it hands in the face? Morsy of Ampadu fell to the floor, and Leeds have a free kick on the edge of the centre circle.
Yeah, did very well, did Ampadu. Just gets his body between Morsy and the ball. Wins it, taking more sting out of the game. Just think as the game develops, more space should occur for the likes of Archie Gray to get on the ball to feed Piroe, get the ball out wide, because every time, especially Sinisterra's 1v1, they can't deal with his quality, can they? Just cutting in on that right-hand side, keep feeding the ball.
Well, that's been the hope throughout, isn't it? That if Leeds could utilise players like Sinisterra and Gnonto, then they may be the quality that you will not regularly find at this level. Well, it's on show at the moment, and hopefully long may that continue to be the case. Rodon gets the ball to Piroe, another who's proved himself at this level in the last 2 seasons. Free kick is given against Morsy here for the foul on Piroe. This is all good for Leeds, because we're heading towards the 40th minute here now, and the game is stop-start at the moment.
Yeah, it is. And again, you don't mind that as an away team, even more so when you've got that 2-goal advantage. Just in those occasions, though, as a referee, if you're not going to book the player, just play on. You can always speak to him when the play does stop.
So it will be a free kick that Luke Ayling will take. He's, 15 yards inside the Ipswich half. He's gone back to Rodon. Struijk to Sinisterra, and Sinisterra back to Struijk in the Leeds half. He goes across the back to Rodon, who's under pressure, so he goes back to Meslier. Meslier, calm, delivers the ball to Luke Ayling to run into space and play a ball over the top. Asking Gnonto to go on a run down that far touchline. Gnonto responds, carries the ball, and wins a throw-in for Leeds. Does well between the pair of them there. And Luke Ayling will jog forward to take this throw for Leeds. Don't have the long throw option.
Yeah, it does very well, does Gnonto, but that's the build-up play you want to see out wide.
Piroe, nice touch to Gnonto. A little unlucky with the break from the ball there that spins into the hands and the path of the goalkeeper. And he just rolls it out short to Woolfenden. It's a hot day, by the way, here. So the players may feel it as Burns gets in again over the back. He's into the penalty area. What a terrific block. Again, Struijk remonstrates and gesticulates towards the assistant on the near side for the offside, but they're just not getting them, and Burns is making hay down this right channel. Another last-ditch challenge keeps him away from goal. Morsy has it again for Ipswich. Well, it's a straightforward tactic, isn't it? But it's working extremely well for them in terms of creating big moments anyway.
Yeah, but as a defender though, Bryn, you get taught from an early age, no pressure on the ball, drop off. You can't hold a high line, and that's their tactic. They've done it half a dozen of times now. Just put it in behind us, and we're stood trying to play offside, but if there's no pressure, you've got to drop off, or at least anticipate that ball is going to go over your shoulder, so you're going to be the first person there. Don't be stood square on, flat-footed, putting your arm up in the air, because they're beating that trap time and time again.
One of those things you would imagine will be discussed in the interval. Football to be played before then, though, as Ipswich are trying to get an attack going here again with Burgess now. And then the referee stops the play, much to the unhappiness of the home supporters, because Ampadu is down with his hand to his face. Didn't see the challenge, I'll admit. It was behind the stanchion. And Ampadu it is. He's back on his feet now. Ampadu is now nose to nose with Morsy. I said that was one to watch, I think, didn't I? The two combative figures in the centre there for the respective teams. Ampadu will never step back, and Morsy's unlikely to either.
Yeah, it's building up nicely, isn't it, Bryn? That's what you want. Two midfield generals in the middle of the park there, not taking a step back.
And the referee, Bobby Madley, is having an extended conversation with the pair of them here. And he's pointing to other incidents that there have been earlier, and it finishes with a handshake. I think both will be relishing that contest out there. And the game will restart because Ipswich had possession with a bounce ball, an uncontested drop ball for Ipswich. So the ref walks the ball across to the left side of the centre circle to get the game going again. There's going to be quite a bit of added time at the end of this first half.
What are you going with, Bryn? Is it 5? Is it usually 5?
Well, it's usually 5, then it isn't. I've seen 1 in the last couple of games, Leeds games have been, but I'm anticipating it could be more than 5 today. We'll see, but I'm going 6 today.
I'll take the 1 all day long.
Yeah, absolutely, don't want any. Ipswich with the ball on the halfway line, and Clarke gets the return ball, goes back into his own half. All the white shirts are back in that half.
Did well, Rodon. The run in behind it was from Caden. Jackson this time stayed with the runner.
But this one has gone out to the left for Ipswich and is delivered into the path of Morsy. Cuts it back for Luongo. Gets the return ball, pursued by Gray on this occasion. And it's good pursuit as well, because it's forced the ball back into Ipswich's half for the home side to start again here. Enjoying plenty of possession, Ipswich. Ball is spread out wide and then passed into the path of Broadhead on the edge of the penalty area. And his shot is low and hard, but his shot is wide. And Meslier watches as it goes past the post.
And that's the threat Ipswich still possess. Good build-up football from their perspective, patient with the build-up play. Nice neat passing. We just got stretched, almost ball watching, get drifted out of position, the two midfield players, Ampadu, Gray, big distance between those two. We found a little pocket of space. Yeah, that's the danger Ipswich are going to possess it going into the second half.
Broadhead and Burns have both operated well down their respective channels, found space and caused Leeds problems. And Leeds have more perhaps here because the ball is played forward before Ayling. Under a little bit of pressure, just hacks at it, and it comes out over, all the way over from one side, out over the near side touchline for an Ipswich throw, midway inside the Leeds half as we move into the final seconds of regulation time in this first period. Clarke with the ball in his hands for Ipswich, delays the throw-in, goes back ultimately, all the way to Woolfenden. Woolfenden from the back for Ipswich. Board goes up, bingo, 6 minutes.
How did you know this, Bryn?
Good at this game.
It's almost like you've been doing this job for a few years.
All my experience, and the best I can claim is that I predict successfully how many added minutes are going up on the board. Should have been a carpenter. The ball is played into midfield. Morsy has it in the centre circle, goes out wide left side to Davis. Davis, again, the space is there for Broadhead. Delivers to the edge of the D, and then across to Burns. He drives, and it comes off the outstep there. And that one sliced into the fans behind the goal. But once again, alarm bells ringing for Leeds United.
mentioned Broadhead's position early in the half, where he's playing so narrow. He's not playing as an out-and-out wide left player. So it's just that kind of position. You can see Archie Gray talking to Ampadu. Luke Ayling had a word with Archie Gray as well. Sometimes as a midfielder, you'd have to latch onto a Sam Morsy if he's in front of you. Hold your shape, hold your position as a midfielder. The threat will be Broadhead coming in so narrow. Again, that's communication, experience as well. Playing more games at this level.
Meslier with the long goal kick played up into the Ipswich half. Gnonto in a battle there, a mismatch with Burgess. Back into the Leeds half, the ball comes. Ampadu goes in and does well. Ayling helps him. Rodon will go back to Meslier. First minute of the added time is up. Meslier slips as he clears. It scoots up in the air. A high climb for the header, which clatters through the back of Gnonto. And Leif Davis is the culprit on that occasion. And Gnonto stays down with his hands to his head. It was a towering header, I think that would be described as by Davis. Always wonder how the decision goes from that one, though. Because he was hard into the back of the head of Gnonto in the process. Home fans are unimpressed, obviously. Gnonto is almost back on his feet. And the game will restart with a Leeds United throw-in, no more.
Yeah, I think the referee's got that one right. Fair challenge, wasn't it? Sometimes as a defender, you're entitled to go for it. Flip it around, the attacking player, hold your ground, try and back in, use your body.
Down the line from Ayling, onto the chest of Piroe. Struijk caught in possession, but somehow emerged with the ball, but then lost it again. And now there's space once more for Ipswich to try and operate. They're handed the opportunity to do it again there. The ball is pushed back into the path of Burns. Great challenge from Ampadu. And now nice skills from Sinisterra. Pushes the ball wide to Piroe to attack for Leeds United. Plays in the middle, gives it into Sinisterra, lets it roll. A little flick off from Rutter. Rutter out to this near side to Piroe. Into the box. Piroe on the left foot, shoots goalwards. And the block is made by Clarke, and the ball goes behind for a Leeds United corner. Almost a classic counter-attack from Leeds there.
Yeah, it was the defending initially from ourselves, bit panicky, bit erratic. We did come out with the ball in the end from a good tackle, Ampadu. And there's the transition, where getting them more space, the attacking players, Piroe, Sinisterra at the heart of it yet again.
3 minutes of the added time period remain here. Leeds have a corner kick. And the signal is given by Archie Gray, who's taking this one. Curls it to the back post. Way over the head of Ayling. So he chases, scampers towards the far side corner flag to retrieve the ball for Leeds. And he does it successfully. And he gives it back to Sinisterra, who cuts it back into Drameh. Drameh, crossfield ball to this left side to Gnonto. Gnonto, lovely first touch. Makes room for the shot. And then puts his hands to his head because the shot, well, we won't talk about the shot.
I think we can collect that halfway up the A1, Bryn, to be honest, on the way home. Oh, fantastic recycling. You can see the corner kick routine. Ayling round the back post. Too much on it. Recycled. Great diagonal ball out to Gnonto. And after that first touch, you expected him to find the top corner, bending it in.
Great work by Ampadu again. Gray's fouled. That's between the pair of them. That's excellent football. And Morsy is involved again here. And he's going to be yellow carded. Finally, the totting up process against Morsy ensures that the first yellow card of the game is shown in his direction.
Yeah, it could be a tactic in the second half play on Morsy's side, because he's a fiery character. Come across him plenty of times, and it's all action. He won't take a step back. So if I'm Archie Gray, Ampadu, get in his face even more in the second half.
As I recall, he's always high in the yellow card stats, isn't he, Morsy? Curl ball into the penalty area. Headed away as far as Gnonto. Delivers it wide right side of the box to Ayling to cross it in. Takes the deflection off Davis and goes behind for a Leeds United corner. And we've got one of the added minutes to play here. So there's time for Leeds to get this ball into the penalty area. And Gray it is, latest designated corner kicker, who's gone across to take it for Leeds. And Archie Gray won't race to take this. It'll be an outswinger. Curled into the box, good shape, but headed clear by Clarke as far as Drameh. Drameh delivers another ball wide this time. I think he tried a little too hard there, Cody Drameh, because he volleyed through the ball and it carried way beyond Archie Gray and out for an Ipswich throw, level with the edge of their own box. 20 seconds of this all-action first half remaining here. Goals galore for the first 20 minutes. It's quieted down a little since, but not an awful lot, to be honest with you. Could have had more. Sinisterra, is there still time? Into the middle it goes. Piroe tried to burst through a couple of defenders. Big appeal for handball there by the Leeds attackers against the Ipswich defenders. The referee saw nothing untoward. Ayling goes back to Struijk, and Leeds will be happy, I think, just to work this one across the back now. See out the last few seconds of this extended first half. There's Drameh. Oh, he's dropped it short. Meslier's come out and he's not got there. Caden Jackson cuts the ball back into the middle and it's hit in goalwards and it's hit in by Broadhead. And right on the stroke of half-time, Leeds United have opened the door for Ipswich to get back into this game. Real mess at the back and Broadhead took full advantage and it's 2-3.
It's just the concentration levels yet again. Cody Drameh, he's looked really unsteady since he's come into this game. Such a lazy pass back to Elan Meslier. From Ipswich's point of view, scored at the perfect time. We've got to regroup, regather for the start of the second half.
And that's how close it was to the half-time interval, because the whistle has just sounded now. And the Leeds players will walk towards the dressing room with a very different feeling than they would have had 60 seconds ago.
Oh, without a doubt. But we keep shooting ourselves in the foot. We're playing offside when we don't need to be, gifting them the opportunities to get in behind us. And there, with less than 30 seconds before half-time, if in doubt, don't play a lazy pass back to the goalkeeper without looking. No weight on the pass, just go route one. I know it's not the manager's style, but you 3-1 up, we've gifted them the massive lifeline now. All to play for the second half.
Well, it had gone a little bit quiet around Portman Road. Guarantee it'll be a bit noisier again at the start of the second half. Still lots and lots for Leeds to do here. We've had 5 goals in this game already. 2 of them to the home team, 3 to the away side. Half-time scoreline, Ipswich Town 2, Leeds United 3. So Leeds start with the second change of the game. And it's affected the same position. And Leeds has the ball and the game gets underway again. See the ball go out over on the far side for a throw-in, which Shackleton will take. Jamie Shackleton, one of just 2 survivors of the last Leeds United side that played here. Luke Ayling being the other. Shackleton was on the bench. Ipswich here, who will feel much better about life as a result of that Broadhead goal right before half-time. Having seen Leeds surge into a 3-1 lead. So we'd expect to see them push on. Mind you, it wouldn't be a change to what they've been doing through the game. They've been keen to get the ball forward as quickly as possible, as they do now with Burns. His header is cushioned down only to Ampadu. Swept forward by Shackleton. And then picked up in midfield by Morsy. And then Ayling does well on the edge of the D. It's good work by Luke Ayling. Rode a couple of challenges and still. And then tries to get forward. And then the ball is pushed all the way back to Burgess in the Ipswich half. The goal away to our right-hand side. Leeds are attacking in the second period here. The home supporters doing their bit to get behind their team. Leeds fans over on that far side a little more anxious now than they were going into the final few seconds before the interval. And Ipswich dominating possession right at the start of this second period until Caden Jackson's pass is misplaced and it goes out for a Leeds throw-in. Luke Ayling just holding the small of his back and stretching out in some discomfort down below us. And Archie Gray asks is he okay to take the throw-in. He says he is. But a throw-in is the ultimate test for a lower back injury, isn't it? And he doesn't do, I've got to say, he doesn't get a lot of distance on that throw. He's now on the halfway line with a second Leeds throw as the first effort was cleared back into touch again. And he's still got his hand to the small of his back as the referee tells him to get on with it. Better throw. Piroe trying to get into the path of Rutter, both on the score sheet in the first half. Chases the goalkeeper who takes a gamble there. and actually does rather well ultimately to keep it away from the Leeds attacker and produce a good pass. And now Burns goes down the right side of the penalty area. He's overhit it, and Meslier comes to gather the cross that he puts in. Burns disappears into the midst of the Ipswich fans behind the goal. Races back on the pitch to try and get at Shackleton. Shackleton, who had a really good game for Leeds against West Brom, goes into the challenge on the far side. Ampadu comes across, knocks it into touch. Ipswich throw in, level with the edge of the Leeds United penalty area. They go short this time, back to Morsy. Burns into the path of Clarke. Clarke into the middle of the Leeds half, where it's picked up by Luongo. Luongo further wide to Leif Davis. Davis edge of the penalty area, space for Broadhead. Short ball to Luongo. Cuts the ball into the middle. Well, actually, I'm not sure if it wasn't a shot. And it was driven diagonally across the penalty area. Meslier took his hand out the way of it, and it sailed into touch over on the far side.
Yes, it's been a bright start by Ipswich. We expected that. We were talking, weren't we, Bryn, at the half-time break, that, yeah, the goal gets him one goal closer to where Ipswich need to be. And it's not the case of dealing with good players, it's the pressure and the crowd.
The pressure from the players at the moment as well, from Morsy into the edge of the penalty area. Ampadu, great challenge. Piroe to Rutter, loses out though. And then a misplaced ball through the middle, beyond Jackson. Rolls straight through to Meslier. Meslier picks it up, delays the pickup of the ball, and then rolls it out to Pascal Struijk. Leeds could do with a bit of possession here because barely had a touch of the ball at the start of the second half. In the 5th minute, Shackleton in the Ipswich half, back to Ampadu. Ampadu's got space here to operate in, so he exploits that. He carries the ball forward, and he's still going, and he's caught, he goes down, he tries to get back up. Morsy's on his back, then Rutter's come in to try and help him out. It's all a bit of a mess, and then it's cleared over the halfway line, and Struijk with a cushion header down for Shackleton hooks the ball on into the midfield. Luongo's nod down to Morsy, and then Morsy goes back towards his own goalkeeper, and he plays it out towards the left side of the penalty box and beyond. Burgess in field to Morsy for Ipswich. Home supporters in good voice still here. Down the left side, it's going to go beyond Davis. It bounces away from him, and Luke Ayling lets it run into touch. And Luke Ayling has a little conversation on the near side touchline with one of the subs there, and the home fans feel that that was him playing for time. As the ball is found its way into the path of Piroe to attack with Rutter down one side of him, and Rutter should get to this. He does. Into the middle the ball goes. Sinisterra shoots on goal. Straight into the hands of the goalkeeper from Sinisterra there. That was a good sight-up for Leeds United. Sinisterra couldn't make the most of it. Ipswich come again. Jackson, is he onside? Apparently so. Rodon's come out. Jackson goes in field to Luongo, plays it to the far side of the penalty area. Shackleton can't get there. Struijk underneath it, does well. Calm under pressure and gets the ball out on that left side to Shackleton. He gives it back to Struijk, who gives it back to Shackleton. Both players are under pressure, need to get it out of that little hole. They do that nicely with Sinisterra laying it off to Shackleton. Shackleton keeps the ball and then goes back to Struijk again. Struijk looks forward, a short pass to Ampadu, lets it run across his body. Left side pass to Shackleton. Better play from Leeds, better possession for Leeds. Shackleton carrying it forward into that Ipswich half. Morsy comes across, blocks him off. Shackleton goes down. Referee gives handball, I think, against Shackleton. He dropped onto the ball, hoping that he was going to get a push in the back. Now he's going to be a yellow card for Shackleton kicking the ball away. That's deemed to be time wasting, and Shackleton is carded.
Yeah, we know the rules now. Anything like that occurs, you're going to get a yellow card. You just need to take the sting out of the game somehow. It was a good little bit of build-up play, a bit of possession. First time we've seen that in the second half. Again, going back to the atmosphere inside the ground. You've got to somehow just drain that out. Of course, a fourth goal would help, Bruno. We'd love to see that.
Oh, yes, it would.
But you're passing, moving it nice and quick. That certainly helps as well.
Oh, now then, loose ball given straight to Piroe. Piroe to attack the penalty area. tries to work it in between two defenders, and they get a cross in there. And it all falls apart ultimately at the final moments for Leeds United. It was a terrible ball out of defence that played it straight into the path of the new striker. And then Shackleton is dragged back by Burns, and Leeds get a free kick, which they take quickly. Ampadu in his own half. Across the back to Rodon. Scorer of an own goal, of course, Joe Rodon. Oh, Meslier gets the ball caught in his feet. Oh, he had to recover quickly there. And Jackson was arriving, but not quite in time to really embarrass the goalkeeper. Shackleton. Ampadu. Over the top, looking for the run of Rutter. Defender gets in the way. Woolfenden nods it down for Morsy's caught by Sinisterra. And that will be a free kick to Ipswich in their own half. Morsy stays down on the ground and picks himself a little wearily, picks himself up a little wearily. Mentioned it's a warm day here. There's a bit of cloud cover now. As the ball comes out to this near side to Davis. Great challenge from Luke Ayling, slid in, timed it well, got good contact on the ball. It's out of play for an Ipswich throw. Midway inside the Leeds half. Gnonto. It's a good job. Gnonto stopped the ball there before it got to Davis, and the referee agreed that he'd actually stopped in the right position for the throw, but it's not. Is it even worth taking the risk these days of the yellow card for that?
Yeah, that's the issue, especially as a manager. You don't want to be picking cheap yellow cards up.
Ball is swung out wide to Burns, down by the corner flag. Shackleton says it's gone out, and nothing given. He's given it back to Clarke for the cross. Played into the penalty area, and then just played away by Shackleton. Leeds in their own half. Gray just goes along with it, tries to get it up into the wide open spaces up in the Ipswich half. He manages to do that, but there's not a white shirt anywhere close to it. So Ipswich come again. Luongo, halfway line. 10 minutes in the second half have gone. Broadhead back into his own half to Burgess. Luongo. Now Woolfenden from the centre circle to Morsy. Closed down by Gray, but he rolls away from him and gets the ball to Broadhead. And there's space on this near side for Leif Davis, who gets the ball now. Davis back into Luongo, infield to Broadhead. Back to Morsy, and again there's space for Davis, and so Gnonto's come to close him down. Laid off quickly to Luongo, gets the return ball Davis. Gives it back to Burgess. Ipswich edging forward up towards the edge of that Leeds penalty area. Curl across towards the far post. Shackleton with a header away. Rutter underneath it. Takes it down and then sets off on a run. And dribbles his way through three challenges. Great play by Rutter. This will be a yellow card as well for Luongo. Just clattered into the Leeds man. Because from in his own half, quite deep inside his own half, he was making important inroads forward, wasn't he, there?
That's what you want as a number 9. Just take the pressure off your team. Ball goes into you. It's strong. It's positive. And again, we go back to the goal, giving him confidence. We'd have seen plenty of times last season. And yeah, let's remember, he's not had many chances, has he, to start for ourselves. Always coming off the bench last season. But with them occasions last year, he'd have lost possession. But it just shows you the strength, the confidence. It's so amazing what a goal does.
Gray. And he gives it to Broadhead. Meslier's come miles out of his goal. And he's made a positive impact on the play by getting to the ball ahead of a clutch of blue and white shirts there, and plays it straight to touch down below us as we watch Ipswich kick from right to left in this second period at Portman Road. Ipswich 2, Leeds United 3. Incredible first half. Ipswich with possession in that Leeds half, with Clarke onto Broadhead. And space down that far touchline. Cross curled into the middle. Rodon with a header away. Comes for Luongo. Now Davis, edge of the Leeds box. Forced away from it by Gnonto. And again, Gray, just with a long first-time clearance. And really just the option there, just to get foot on the ball, keep possession. because Ipswich have it back again. Immediate turnover and come again with Luongo. In the midfield, in the middle of the Leeds half. Davis awaits on this near side. Gives it back to Luongo. Gnonto down, nothing given. Curling cross into the middle. Good header away by Shackleton against Caden Jackson right in the middle there, but still Ipswich into the middle again, and this time Rodon with another good brave header. Gets onto the chest of Shackleton, carries it into space, and his boot flies off in the air. Incredible. His boot's gone 20 feet up in the air or more, and he's now playing on with only one boot on because Ipswich are attacking. And his boot lies on the edge of the centre circle as Ipswich are on the edge of the Leeds penalty area. Still the game goes on. Referee is not going to let him retrieve that boot. And then Luongo, and it's played to Broadhead in the penalty area. Broadhead diverted behind by Joe Rodon with the ball going in. And it was Broadhead, the Welsh international, who was frustrated by Rodon, the Welsh international, and it goes behind for a corner, and Shackleton finally able to go and fetch his boot and get that back on again.
What an incredible passage of play that was, Bryn. Shackleton does superbly initially, and then his pass, his boot goes further than the actual ball, and then he's pleading to the referee to stop the game, to put his boot back on. You see him walking back in, still not got the boot on his foot. I don't know whether the referee, Bobby Madley, will let him do that. Surely he should.
Well, he's untying his laces with his teeth here. Is Jamie Shackleton. The referee saying he's got to go off to put his boot on.
He's got to be careful. He's on a yellow card here, is Jamie.
Yeah, this is true. He's got to go off before he can come back on again. Meslier, by the way, in the middle of all that, Meslier was booked for Leeds as well. Presumably, it has to be for something he said to the referee in not allowing Shackleton to go and retrieve that boot. The game starts again with Ipswich just outside the penalty area. Clarke onto the penalty area, curls a shot just wide. Well, he was allowed to dance his way into the box there, the fullback, and he almost took advantage. Meslier watched and waited and hoped, and it went past the post.
We waited and hoped as well, Bryn. We had a perfect angle of the shot right behind it. Just set the curling effort always just outside the upright, thankfully for us. I'm not sure on the rules, by the way, from the referee. He can allow the player to stay on the pitch, surely, from a set-piece situation to put his boot back on. Didn't do. Nearly cost us.
And Shackleton's back on, belatedly. And the ball is back in the hands at the other end of Hladky here. And we're at the hour mark in this game. And it's a grueler.
Is that what they call him now, Bryn?
That's what they call it in Wrexham. The ball is out wide to the right side of the Ipswich defence, and then quickly infield to Morsy. Morsy through the middle for Broadhead. Gives it away. Rutter wriggles off the first challenge. Plays a great ball into the path of Piroe. Piroe left side of the penalty area. Piroe hits the side netting. In fact, it's a great stop by Hladky. Got fingertips to it and pushed it behind. And Leeds very close to a fourth goal there.
That's that combination. Rutter, Piroe, one dropping short, one going in behind. Great way to pass from Rutter. The angle was always closing down for Piroe. In the end, it's a good challenge from, I think it was Harry Clarke, the right back getting back into position for Ipswich.
So Leeds have a corner. Archie Gray over on the far side in front of the travelling Leeds fans who sing his name. All sorts of wrestling going on in the middle. As the ball goes in, players fall to the floor. It almost comes across the box for Ayling, who stretches but can't get his forehead to it. Has to come to the near side to collect instead. Has it on the touchline and then switches playing to the middle where Rodon waits. And Rodon just back to Ampadu. Ampadu plays the ball to the left side of the penalty area. Gnonto's not going to get to that one. It's cleared away. Better Leeds have got bodies forward still here, so when it comes to Rodon, he can look up, pass it to Struijk. Now Struik's under pressure but gets it to Ampadu. First time ball from Ampadu to Shackleton down the left side for Leeds. Jamie Shackleton pushing forward. Sinisterra waits to his left and gets the ball now. Sinisterra shuffles it left to right, holds it up edge of the box. Two defenders in front of him, gives it back then to Shackleton, helps it back to Ampadu, back to Sinisterra on that touchline, in from the touchline, edge of the penalty area. Gnonto's over there with them now as well, and now Shackleton's got a bit of space going for the penalty area, comes back for Gnonto, spins into the middle, shot was blocked, and Caden Jackson up against Rodon. Rodon's done a great job.
Great defending.
Reacted really well there, Joe Rodon. And just as Jackson threatened to get away from him, recovered. Now then, Piroe on this near side. Better moments for Leeds, these. Down to Luke Ayling. Ayling, ball into Gnonto's in the penalty area. Cuts the ball back into the middle. Comes off the keeper's fingertips. And Rutter was just waiting and lurking. It didn't quite drop for him. Leeds have it back again with Ayling. Ayling goes down under the challenge of Broadhead and gets nothing. And the referee looks long and hard and decides that Luke Ayling was playing for that one. And Ipswich get the ball instead. I think simulation has been given, hasn't it? Or was it handball against Ayling?
Yeah, I think it's a handball. He's trying to buy the free kick. He doesn't need to do it in that situation because his goal side is in a great position just to whip a crossing.
So the goalkeeper takes the free kick over the head of Shackleton. Drops for Chaplin. Connor Chaplin into the penalty area to Burns. Burns has got to the byline, cut the ball back. Brilliant, brilliant defending from Joe Rodon. Threw himself bravely at the ball in front of Caden Jackson. What a stop. Rodon stays down, the home fans disgruntled. But that was brave defending of the highest order from the Leeds man.
Certainly was, Bryn. Needed to be. Saved a certain equaliser. Yeah, he was brave. You expect that from your centre-half. This is awareness, just to check his right shoulder to see where the run was. Too easy for Wes Burns. It's been a forward in the side all the time. This game, getting in behind us. He's pulled the cross back. Showed all his experience there, did Rodon. Excellent defending.
So the game will restart with Leeds given possession. Struijk to Shackleton. One half of the pitch now in shadow, the other half in bright sunshine. Gnonto, risky ball, but Gray's controlled it well. Now Rodon on the edge of the D. Gets boos for that brilliant interception. Meslier to Struijk. And Pascal Struijk. Long ball over the top. You look for the run of Rutter, somewhat hopefully here, and it bounces indeed all the way through to the goalkeeper in the Ipswich box, who rolls it out quickly, keen to get the game going away. 20 minutes of the second half have elapsed now. Still just the one in it. Clarke for Ipswich. Across the back to Burgess. Burgess at walking pace. Woolfenden, edge of the centre circle, back to Burgess. Burgess out to this near side to Davis. Nice little ball into Luongo. A good ball as well to Jackson. Jackson cuts it back into the middle, needs clearing. Ampadu there, does well. Diverts it into the path of Ayling. Ayling away to Piroe. Piroe, right side to Gnonto. Opportunity perhaps knocking here for Leeds if they could get the ball wide. Well, Sinisterra was in space, but it's held up by Ayling on the halfway line. Loses possession to Morsy. Ipswich have it back with Luongo. Leeds need to try and take advantage of those moments because Ipswich increasingly are surely going to just start pushing an extra man forward. 24 to go.
No, you're right, Bryn. Just the turnovers are just happening too quickly at the moment. There's time, there's space to find that extra pass, the extra spare man in the number 10 type of position. But we just keep turning the ball over.
Woolfenden carries it a long way forward for Ipswich to Broadhead. Now Luongo, right side of the box, well intercepted by Jamie Shackleton. Pushes up towards the halfway line where Clarke has to defend it and go back to his goalkeeper. But his goalkeeper is a long, long way outside of the box. In fact, he's just outside the centre circle. He gives the ball back to Clarke. Infield, the ball is given to Luongo. Wide it goes. There's space down the right side for Burns. Burns brings it infield to Luongo. Luongo gives it away. Is he going to get it back? He is. Hooks it away from Rutter. Curled into the penalty area. Rodon's first header. Following up was Leif Davis. Gnonto's underneath it. Gnonto. Oh, lovely play from Gnonto to work it round Broadhead and carry it forward. If he looks up, he's got space, but he stops and he cuts back. And Rutter had made a run through the middle as Gnonto goes across the back instead to Struijk. Struijk, he may go back to Meslier, forced back to Meslier by Chaplin. Meslier out to Rodon. Back to Meslier. Meslier to Pascal Struijk. Bit of a breeze blows up across Portman Road. Into space for Piroe. Run on that far side, gives it to Rutter. Rutter just carries it and knocks it wide to Shackleton. Shackleton level with the edge of the box and beyond now for Leeds United. No, into the path of Sinisterra. Piroe on the edge of the penalty area, back to Sinisterra. Thinks about a shot, thinks again about a shot, takes a shot. And it's a pretty good catching height, that one, for the goalkeeper. He gets both hands behind it and holds onto it safely.
Yeah, Hladky saw it all the way. Good clean strike by Sinisterra. First time in a while where we had a controlled possession. Shackleton overlapping on the left-hand side. Sinisterra always wanted to get his shot away. Unfortunately, straight down the goalkeeper's throat.
Ipswich on the halfway line with Luongo. Into the centre circle to Morsy. Out further wide to Clarke. Into Luongo. And then Morsy's advanced beyond Caden Jackson. Ayling for Leeds. Plays it into cluttered area, but a good layoff from Rutter. He plays it to Piroe, who gives it out wide to Sinisterra, who carries it into the penalty area. Sinisterra back to Piroe! Oh, that's a terrific save from the goalkeeper. Dropped to his right-hand side. That was flying in, and it goes behind, off the keeper for a corner.
Just thinking, can it nestle in the bottom corner? Good strong hand it was from Hladky. Players are getting tired out there. We've withstood the pressure at Ipswich. We knew it was going to come start of this second half. Just getting more of those spaces, more of those gaps in the final third.
Chance from the corner kick then, as Gray gives the signal. Again, all sorts of tussling and wrestling going on in the box. Another player ends up on the floor, Luke Ayling this time. The referee steps in to have words, says he's watching. So often the case, so rarely is anything given in these situations. Even when you see sort of blatant shirt pulling, often defensively, it has to be said. So finally, belatedly, the corner kick will come in from Gray. Curled in towards the goalkeeper, too close to the goalkeeper. Hladky hands up, catches it, and Luke Ayling has fouled Wes Burns right on the edge of the Ipswich penalty area there, and Ayling's going to be yellow carded for that. I think the reason was that he feared the swift counter-attack with the keeper having caught it, and Burns was on his way already. So right on the edge of the box, Luke Ayling stepped in front of him and gets a yellow card for it.
Yeah, and I think the frustration from Ayling as well, all the tangling, the checking of bodies inside the box, just have the frustration to creep over. He's pulled Burns back. He's always going to get a yellow card for that.
Over the top, Shackleton and Burns in close proximity. Ball's cut back and Ayling gets it away from Broadhead, right on the edge of the Leeds United penalty area. Goes into touch over on the far side, almost level with the edge of the Leeds box. Ipswich applied pressure with Chaplin. To Clarke, curls across in, Meslier, two hands.
Excellent.
Holds onto it under pressure, does well.
Yeah, does very well. As a defender, you love that, don't you, Bryn? Your goalkeeper coming out, just taking all the pressure off you.
Claims the ball, throws it out over arm to Luke Ayling, who's got to keep possession here under pressure from Broadhead. And Broadhead manages to get a foot in the way of Luke Ayling, and the ball goes into touch. I think Luke Ayling's still struggling with that little feel in the back there. He's having a word with a member of the medical staff about it. Right in front of Farke as he takes the throw to Rutter, who just nonchalantly swings the ball wide to the far side. And Sinisterra, God bless him, goes to try and get it, but it sails into the midst of the Ipswich fans over in that lower tier, and Ipswich make a change here. Caden Jackson comes off, Ladapo comes on for them. Player with a good goal-scoring pedigree, who will go and play, I would imagine, right through the middle.
Yeah, he's going straight there. Second substitution as well for Ipswich Town.
So, second change being made by Ipswich. Sees Clarke come off and Williams come on. And Williams goes to take up position over on that right side. Brandon Williams, the new signing. A man who's formerly plied his trade on loan with Norwich City, and I'm sure they'll forgive him that. And actually played against Leeds in that pre-season game in Oslo for Manchester United. So Brandon Williams is on. And also on for Ipswich, there's a third change as well. And the last man coming on is Hutchinson. So Omari Hutchinson is the third Ipswich change. I wonder whether Daniel Farke is considering his options on that basis as well here.
Yeah, it's just important, especially in midfield too, knowing where the players are going to be in behind you. It's almost like a double number 10 with Chaplin and now Hutchinson coming on, operating just in behind Ladapo.
Bit of a false 10, now we've got a double 10. Leeds do well to win the ball back in their own half. Helped on to Piroe, stabbed back for Sinisterra. He can't hold the ball away from Burns though. Ball slightly off balance that from Leeds, which is a shame because of the opportunity not to be presenting itself there. Burns, ball swept off his toes by Ayling, but at the cost of a throw into Ipswich. As you can tell from the home supporters' reaction, it's in proximity to that Leeds penalty area. Ladapo's first touch is unsuccessful, comes off his chest and goes out for a goal kick. We've had 29 minutes in this second half.
Yeah, it's going slow, that clock, isn't it, Bryn?
Way too.
It flew by in the first half. 3 goals certainly helped towards us, as the attendance has just been getting read out, Bryn.
I missed it, but it's a good one. I don't think there's a seat in the house. Meslier clears away from the edge of the penalty area. Rutter beaten in the air. Shackleton picks it up for Leeds. Loose ball, drives on. Jamie Shackleton plays it into Sinisterra. Sinisterra's in! Sinisterra! What a finish! Terrific ball from Shackleton to put Sinisterra in. And Leeds have a 4th goal here. It's a lovely one as well. Ipswich 2, Leeds United 4.
You have to say, Bryn, that is real Premier League quality right there. Referee does very well just to continue, play advantage. And it's Shackleton, the half-time substitute, playing at left-back. He's been in the thick of the action, whether it's his boot coming off, getting a yellow card, getting forward. This time it's driving forward with the ball in possession. The weight of pass is superb. Sinisterra breaks his marker. Has he got the composure? Of course he has, Bryn. Bends the ball into the far corner. The front 4 have scored the 4 goals. It's 4-2.
Well, that's what they're here for, isn't it? And that's what we've been missing. That's the magical element that's been perhaps absent so far this season. But the club made moves in the week to address that, and we've got the result here. 4 goals, and as Ben rightly points out, that quartet have notched each and every one of them. Sinisterra to Gnonto. Now wide to Ayling. Gnonto on this near side, just inside the Ipswich half. A little switch of balance from right to left there. Gnonto got a whack, got nothing for it, and the ball goes out for an Ipswich throw, which they're keen to take and carry on to Morsy. He shoots low, and Meslier watched it all the way, and he dropped to his right-hand side, but he was always going to hold on to that shot from the midfielder.
You just want the mentality to be so lazy, not want to say lazy, just go back into a rhythm thinking this game's over and done with now. We've seen in the first half, it certainly isn't. Got to keep doing the same thing, staying switched on, playing our own way. Passes here are good, taking the sting out, but be progressive with it as well.
They call it game management, don't they?
We're talking about the game management. It's popped up, 76 minutes gone.
Well, yeah, Leeds have been in this position before, remember, in this game. So hopefully lessons were learned from that experience. And the Leeds fans are the voices that you can hear now over on the far side of the ground in the sunshine, and it will feel like in the sunshine as well. Ball out wide for Ipswich on the halfway line. It ends up back on the in possession of Woolfenden, and now Burgess moving it up towards the halfway line into the final quarter of an hour. Given away, poor ball straight to Sinisterra. Just a little ball down to Ampadu, turns the favour, and then across the back for Rodon. Rodon right side to Ayling. At the moment, intelligent possession play as it goes back to Meslier. Now Struijk. 4th of April, the last time Leeds won a game. Feels like an awful long time ago. As Leeds come again down the left with Shackleton. Shackleton's got a lot of space to get into the penalty area. Still going, tries the shot, takes the deflection off the defender. He's unlucky there, Jamie Shackleton. Sting was taken out the shot and it span into the hands of the goalkeeper. Was on hand to see his 2 goals against Derby County. Again, that seems even longer ago. Well, it was, wasn't it? As the ball is into the middle, straight to the hands of Meslier, exactly where we want to see a cross go, right down the throat of the goalkeeper.
Again, Jamie Shackleton's energy. I bet he felt hard done by when found out he wasn't in the starting lineup, because you're right, Bryn. Thought he was excellent against West Brom. Real energy. Added the quality to it as well. But he certainly had the quality in the second half with that assist to Sinisterra. It's not a position he's used to playing, Shackleton left back, but it's making it look easy where, yeah, probably myself did make it look so easy. Let's say that.
Ayling played in down the right, now Gnonto beyond him. Gnonto has it. Goes back towards the halfway line to Gray. Gray back into his own half, indeed, to Rodon. Pascal Struijk, left side of the centre circle to Sinisterra. Space now for Leeds. Ipswich drop off and drop back. Sinisterra, he's pressurised into losing possession. Ampadu wins it back, does really well. Ethan Ampadu runs into trouble rather, and then he's tackled himself, and Ipswich carry it down the right side to Burns. Burns up to the edge of the box, plays it back to the edge of the area. Chaplin scuffs it, and his teammate there let it go across his body, expecting a corner kick, and he didn't get it, and Leeds end up with a goal kick, and Leeds rather got away with that one a little.
A little bit. Good reactions just to get bodies back into certain areas defensively. See just a few people on the haunches. Sinisterra.
There's a few tired-looking players.
Yeah, there is. Sinisterra looks tired, but you have to say a lot of talk about himself, Gnonto, coming into this game. They've put a real shift in them too, as everybody else is out there. But you're putting that shift in, you get the end product, get the end bit of quality you need.
Oh, Gnonto is involved in a little altercation down below us with Davis, and it carries on. Nobody seems to have spotted that one. Gnonto has the ball now, little flick on, looking for Piroe. Maybe something simpler might have done there, but the game goes on with Morsy in possession for Ipswich. Davis sets off down this near side. Gnonto keeps an eye on him, but it goes to the middle instead to Chaplin. To Ladapo, out to Davis on the edge of the box. And again, Gnonto's caught Davis there, and the referee's not spotted it. And Gnonto's got to be really careful here. He kicks the ball into touch because Davis is still down, and then Clarke has gone for a word with him, because there's no point doing that now, is there?
It's a great spot by Byram. Just, yeah, that altercation between Gnonto, Leave Davis went off the ball for a good 15-20 seconds. He might have spilled over that little challenge. Gnonto left one on him a little bit, hasn't he?
Oh, I think so.
It's like a dead leg, it seems, by Leaf Davis.
Yeah, it almost looks like cramp, doesn't it? But that would be the same impact of dead leg. You can hear, I'm sure, the strains of marching on together from the travelling support here. Let's face it, the Leeds fans have not had an awful lot to cheer in recent times, so they deserve something better, and they're getting it here at the moment. Time ticking down. Ipswich making another change here. Burns is coming off, and I'm sure as Harness comes on to replace him, and then another change being made as well. Taylor comes on, and Taylor comes on to replace Luongo. Burns had a really good first half for Ipswich, probably dealt with a little better in the second half. Once Shackleton got on, and the ball is returned sportingly by Chaplin to Meslier. So Leeds United have the possession they had prior to Gnonto kicking the ball out. Davis is back up. Meslier picks the ball up under a little bit of pressure from Ladapo. Rolls it out to Struijk. Out left side to Shackleton. Holds it up, gives it back to Pascal Struijk. Inside the final 10. Shackleton, left side. Carries it strong forward again. Slides the ball into a space where he hoped there was a Leeds player. There wasn't, but Gnonto's got in well, and then a little foul by Gnonto again, needs to just get away, and he does, as the free kick is taken quickly. Swung wide, right side, just about kept in play for Ipswich to attack the Leeds penalty area. Into the box they go, men waiting in the middle. Shackleton, now Struijk, and Struijk does well, going across and blocking the cross off when it came in from Hutchinson for a corner kick.
Yeah, good covering defending from Pascal Struijk. It was Shackleton blocking the one coming back inside on Hutchinson's strong left foot. He was covering everything down the line.
So Ipswich corner kick, long run over for Davis to take it for them. Leaf Davis puts the ball on the edge of the quadrant. And then swing in. Oh, header off the near post, and it comes all the way across the face of goal. And it drops fortuitously, perhaps, for Ayling. Goalkeeper is in the Leeds half to pick up possession. Gnonto slips as he was going to try and close him down. Well, that's high-stakes football. And they got away with it. Morsy carries it for Ipswich. Has Hutchinson waiting, goes infield instead. On the edge of the box, Chaplin into the middle, just spins it up, and Meslier catches it and then drops dramatically to the ground. But we know why he does that. That's a little one where the act of picking himself up buys another 5 seconds perhaps. And then he throws the ball underarm, rolls it actually to Rodon, gives it back to Meslier. Struijk on the edge of the penalty area gets the ball off him now. Pascal Struijk down the channel for Sinisterra to Piroe. Back to Struijk. Good play from Leeds. There's a chance here for Sinisterra to try and get down the channel. Again, the keeper's come a long way out of his penalty area and he clears it forward onto the head of Rodon. Rodon into the centre circle. Drops for Ampadu. Up in the air it goes. And then Gray. And it comes down for Piroe. Lovely, lovely ball to Rutter. Gives it back to Piroe. Nods it back, but he's given it away to Ladapo. Then it's won back. Great work in the midfield by Piroe. Terrific defensive play on the halfway line for Leeds. Gets it to Ampadu. Ampadu tries to push it into the path of Sinisterra, who holds his run up. And it rolls beyond him and goes out for a throw in. And we are in the final 5 minutes now. And Gelhardt is going to come on for Leeds United. And Sinisterra, who's got his goal, is the man who departs. He's over on the far side in front of the Leeds United fans, so they applaud him all the way as he walks down that far side touchline towards the corner flag. And Sinisterra has made his contribution with the 4th goal in this game. Gelhardt on to replace him. Sinisterra now has a walk across the Ipswich fans, which will probably be not quite so positive for him. As Ipswich attack down the left side, Davis does well to keep the ball in play. Cut back to the edge of the penalty area. Shot from the edge of the box is a good one. Meslier is happy just to get fingertips behind it and push it behind for a corner, as that one was moving around in the air from Taylor's shot in front of him.
Yeah, and that was the awkwardness. I think just the ball wobbling, just brushed Pascal Struijk's lovely barnet as well as he was getting closer to Meslier. Initially, I think he wanted to catch it, but yeah, don't take any chances with that one.
Corner comes in, headed away by Gelhardt as far as Taylor. Gives it to Davis to cross it again for Ipswich. Towards the far side, in it goes, and Meslier again beats the shot away from goal. And then, like a charge on Luke Ayling there. Leeds are disgruntled that they not only don't get a free kick, but the assistant on that far side indicates another corner for Ipswich. You keep the pressure on Leeds with 4 minutes remaining of normal time here. I don't think there'll be as much added on, even despite all the substitutions at the end of the second half, from what we've seen so far at least. We'll see. I hope there is. I hope there isn't. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the point I'm trying to make here. Corner curled in. Meslier, good touch, gets it away. Counter-attack is on for Leeds here, perhaps. Gnonto racing forward. Gnonto goes past one challenge. Gelhardt tries to help him out. Leeds have still won it back. Oh, lovely from Gnonto. Hack down in the centre as he spun away from a challenge there, and there's another yellow card shown Woolfenden. That little passage of play will really encourage Daniel Farke because the players were at it.
There was. Initially, Gnonto superb, but then he's getting backed up, like you're mentioning there, Bryn. He's getting backed up by first Gelhardt, then Jamie Shackleton. Ball breaks to Gnonto again, wins a free kick, gets a bit of cramp in the meantime. Again, goes back to the point. The desire's certainly there from what we've seen today from the likes of Gnonto, Sinisterra, everybody who's put a real shift in. Then we have to do. Coming here today, we knew how difficult it was going to be. First and foremost, you have to do the basics well. At times that's eluded us, that's when we've let ourselves down, but majority of the time when we have done the basics, we've proven we are a real threat going forward.
Meslier, long ball out to defence, trying to turn defence into attack. Beyond Gnonto though. Davis down infield to Taylor. Taylor over the top, looking for the run of Ladapo. Rodon and Struijk between them do really well. Struijk with a cushion header, Rodon backing up his central defensive partner. Given away, but won back by Rutter. Nothing daft required here. Actually, he's dragged down Rutter there. And it's Morsy who's got to be a little careful, because he's one of a number of players who've received a yellow card in this game. And Rutter is helped to his feet by Ampadu. 2 minutes of the 90 remaining. It's Ipswich Town 2, Leeds United 4. The last time Leeds won away was at Wolverhampton Wanderers. Same scoreline. Struijk. Not dissimilar circumstances, actually. Timings have been different. It's not over, of course, yet. I'm getting way beyond myself here. A little giddy. I'm not too giddy. Inside 2 minutes. With Ipswich in possession. Morsy back into Woolfenden. Much cooler now. As we move into early evening. And Burgess in possession. Long crossfield ball. Drops nicely on that far side for Hutchinson. And then Morsy through the middle. Ladapo, Struijk defends well. Leeds all back in their own half. Woolfenden in the centre circle for Ipswich. Short ball. Morsy has it again. Chips it out to this near side for Burgess to push on here. Leeds on the edge of the penalty area. It's Burgess. Tries to go inside, 2 challenges. And Ayling comes across to make sure that the big defender isn't allowed to continue his forward movement too long. And it comes out for a throw-in to Ipswich on this near side. And the referee indicates that they should take it further forward, unusually. And so it's going to be a long throw from Davis. Wipes moisture off the ball. Looks into the penalty area. Lots of white in there. Goes in towards Rodon. Does well. Heads it out. Davis gets there ahead of Rutter. And it's Woolfenden on the halfway line. Board's going up for 5 added minutes. I was right. It was less than the first half.
Your magical 5, Bryn.
Yeah. Ball on that far side. Ipswich to get the ball into the penalty area. It's a deep cross. It's way too deep. And it sails beyond everybody in a blue shirt and everybody in a white shirt and goes behind. And now the referee says that the change can be made by Leeds. So Gyabi and Cresswell are going to come on and join the action for the last couple of minutes here. Ayling is coming off. So Cresswell will come on for Luke Ayling, as is confirmed on the tannoy here. And then Piroe is going to be coming off, and Gyabi is going to be coming on. So Joel Piroe, a debut goal for Joel Piroe. Great start to his Leeds United career. Right place, right time, stabbed the ball home in that first period, and he's played well. And we've seen good signs there that Leeds have made a sound investment in the former Swansea striker.
Yeah, something tells me, Bryn, that the fans are going to take to this new guy, aren't they? But we've been crying out for so many years, just somebody in that central position. He's played a lot today as a number 10, but getting the right place at the right time. It looks a simple goal in the end, which the finish is, but just that anticipation to know where the ball's going to drop. His build-up play has been good. He's looked after the ball, some nice little touches. All-round game, superb, and you have to say it's a dream debut for him.
Yeah, you've got to hope as well that there's real prospect, perhaps, of something of a partnership developing between him and Rutter, both on the score sheet today, and there's been signs that their link-up play could be very important for Leeds going forward. Leeds back at home next Saturday. We are nearly 3 minutes into the, nearly 2 minutes into the added time period. I'm getting way ahead of myself. Again, it's the Leeds voices that you can hear in these closing stages at Portman Road. Pascal Struijk will take the free kick for Leeds. Ipswich, remember, at the start of play, 100% record on top of the table. Leeds, have they got a free kick? Yes, they have, in a good position. Gelhardt bundled to the ground. I'm not sure how anxious Leeds will be to swing this one into the Ipswich penalty area. You could see that nobody goes into the box. Let's see. Charlie Cresswell fancies a go at it.
He always fancies
a go at it, doesn't he?
He always fancies it, Bryn.
He's taken short as he's not taken short. The ball is taken short. Leeds have it over by that corner flag far side. Gnonto and Rutter keep hold of the ball and just classic time-wasting style. 2 seconds tick down. And the ball stuck down by that corner flag over on the far side. Thrown into the edge of the box to Gyabi. Takes it out, back out towards that corner flag, far side. Tries to win a throw-in for Leeds off an Ipswich player. Fails in doing that. Argues the call, but Ipswich it is who win the throw-in. Less than 2 minutes remaining. Ball's on this near side with Davis. Davis down the channel. Ladapo. Rodon's up against him. Rodon at him. Ladapo gives it back into Morsy. Morsy onto Harness, and then out wide to the right side of the Leeds penalty area. Gelhardt is back there defending for Leeds. Morsy in midfield. Taylor. And it's a misplaced ball. Goes behind Harness, goes behind Ladapo, and it rolls out. And we move into the final minute of the 5 added here. And Leeds are close now, very close now.
Showed really good game management, as you said, Bryn, since getting that fourth goal, and it sucked the life, the spirit out of the players, the atmosphere also in the stadium. We've had to dig in deep, haven't we, this second half? Showed real character. Yeah, Road does look a few little moments, but you need that. But when you needed that quality at the right place at the right time, we produced it.
Yeah, the Ipswich fans, who are all noise and colour at the start of the game, are heading for the exits now. With seconds to play here. They're still going for it. Ball down the right side. Good cross into the middle as well. Rodon, he's been excellent, hasn't he, Joe? Yeah. Rodon, absolutely excellent in that centre of that defence for Leeds. Now then, Rutter, does he fancy it? He's on a run from the centre circle. He's holding off challenges. He's still going. Rutter plays it out to this right. It's a terrible ball for Gnonto. I mean, we can chuckle about it now, but it was. It looked like he was going to take it all the way himself there for a bit, Rutter, and then he got all unselfish all of a sudden, and maybe now he wishes he had that. We're into added time of added time. Ipswich throw in, down below us. Davis takes his time. Infield it goes. Taylor into the penalty area. Sun comes out again here. That's all eyes on Bobby Madley now, as Ipswich getting towards a minute added to added time. Taylor through the middle for Ipswich in the Leeds United half. Ladapo. It's broken for Chaplin. Shoots across and in. Connor Chaplin's shot nestles in the far corner of the net. And in added time of added time, Ipswich have closed the gap again.
Yeah, and all eyes are going to be on Bobby Madley now. You can see the players asking how long. I want to know how long he's going to play extra.
Well, why is he even... What's it for? What's the extra for?
You just don't know these days, do you, Bryn, unfortunately?
Ampadu.
Just trying to clear the ball as further away from our goal as possible.
Well, listen to the reaction. We're still playing. We're 90 seconds beyond the added time period now. Struijk with a header. Leeds have got a hold possession. Gelhardt loses possession. Edge of the centre circle. Tried a trick. Davis with a chance to cross into the middle. Chaplin controls. Good work by Archie Gray. And Cresswell needs to clear. And he does to Rutter. And that's it! Leeds United have claimed the victory. It's been a long wait. It's the first win of the championship season. Leeds have scored 4 excellent goals. But it's been something of a roller coaster ride towards that long-awaited win. But they got there in the end. They got there in the end. Debut goal for Piroe. Rutter with his first for the club. Sinisterra and Gnonto both on target as well. It's turned into an excellent afternoon here at Ipswich as Leeds beat the team who were top of the table, the team with a 100% start. Leeds United's first 3-point haul of the championship season, and it comes at the end of an excellent game. Final scoreline here at Portman Road. It's finished Ipswich 3, Leeds United 4.